Availability of various PC parts is scarce, but somehow I managed to get an amazing graphics card deal. One that makes my mess up on the $60 RX 580 look like a joke. I was planning a new budget build for another project and I wanted to find something decently powerful. I searched on OfferUp, Letgo, Mercari, and found lots of good deals, but all the messages I sent were never returned, so I took to eBay. After searching for cheap cards, I decided that I'll try and look for a busted or faulty one and attempt to fix it. I eventually settled on a Sapphire Nitro Pulse RX 580 4GB, and the description said that it crashed under load. Funnily enough, the seller also had my exact same card, but as you'll soon find out, that was the better bargain compared to the one I have. Anyways, I saved the $10 and got the Nitro, so let's see what happens. A few days later, a box arrived. Opening up the box reveals an XFX RX 580 4GB retail box with a sticky note that says Sapphire. Now I have the proper box for my RX 580, but I'm really hoping that the seller didn't have the Sapphire box and instead wrote XFX on a sticky note and taped it to the side. Opening up the box reveals an overclocking guide, some paperwork, driver CD, PCIe splitter, and beneath that is the card itself. Removing it from its anti-static bag shows it's in pristine condition. This cost roughly $55 shipped, but what's the catch? The seller said that it displays an image, but it crashes under load and suggested that a BIOS flash might be a fix. When I look for a broken card, I always avoid the ones that are artifacted, as that's usually an indication that the GPU has gone bad. Anyways, I was pretty confident that this would be an easy fix, so I prepped the test bench, which is just my PC, and at first, it seemed okay. I reinstalled the drivers to be safe, and it seemed okay besides the constant fan spinning, which was an indication of a faulty BIOS. And the second the graphics card heated up in Heaven Benchmark, it displayed a gray screen and crashed. I tried a time or two more to be safe, but at that point, it was time to work some magic. I really don't like flashing graphics card BIOSes, or really any BIOS in Windows, but I never figured out how to get ATI Flash to work in DOS or with an EFI file. Every time I attempted to flash the card, it gave an error saying that the new BIOS was a mismatch, and even though it will say this, I actually had the incorrect BIOS, so I ventured back to the Tech Power Up page, grabbed the BIOS, lowered the screen resolution to actually flash the BIOS, and now, the moment of truth. This time it ran Heaven with no issue, and the frame rate and temps looked all good. I spent a few days playing Warzone on it, and it seemed very stable. This is great and all, but the system this would go in would not have enough power to run this card at all. Given that the current situation makes it basically impossible to find a good power supply for cheap, I thought why not sell it, and I listed it on Letgo, OfferUp, and Mercari. Put in the description that I'd trade for a lower power card, but the price I put was $110. This in itself isn't a half bad deal, especially given the current situation. I probably could have gotten away marking it up even higher, but I would still make a good profit. I didn't even see any other 580s for similar pricing, only 570s and 470s, and within an hour, I sold it for $100 minus $10 for fees on Mercari. I was pretty satisfied that I made double profit for sure, but that really just shows how high the demand is for PC parts. I didn't even have the card for a week. I shipped it with my 580's mismatched box so I could keep the 4GB box, and the transaction was successful. All I did was reflash a BIOS and that was it. But I'm obviously not done there, as I have a lot of other items in my radar and $90 to spend. And you'll find out about those soon enough, but I digress. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button, but if not, you know where to go. While you're there, consider subscribing to the channel and enable notifications for more quality tech videos. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.